Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Nation's Leaders from Coast to Coast podcast, where we spotlight political figures shaping America's narrative coast to coast. I'm Stephen.
And I'm Leah. Today we're heading to the Sunshine State to discuss Florida Representative Gus Bilirakis, a lawmaker whose career is a story of family legacy and an unwavering dedication to America's military veterans.
The Bilirakis name is a political institution in his part of Florida. He famously took over the seat his father held for decades. Tell us about that unique path to Congress.
That's right. It's a classic example of a political legacy. His father, Michael Bilirakis, represented the Tampa Bay area in Congress for 24 years. Gus followed in his footsteps, first serving in the Florida State House of Representatives and running his own law practice. When his father announced his retirement in 2006, Gus ran for the open seat and won. So he came to Washington with a deep, personal connection to the district and a clear understanding of the legacy he was continuing. But while he followed his father's path, he has very much carved out his own distinct identity, particularly through his committee work.
Let's talk about that committee work, because his name is synonymous with veterans, issues. Why has that become his signature focus in Washington?
It's a direct reflection of his constituency. Florida's 12th district has one of the largest concentrations of veterans of any district in the entire country. From his first day in office, he made it his mission to be their staunchest advocate. As a senior member and former chairman of a key subcommittee on the House Veterans Affairs Committee, he's been at the center of nearly every major piece of veterans legislation for over a decade. He was a crucial voice in passing the PACT Act, which expanded health care for veterans suffering from toxic exposure to burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan. He has also authored laws to improve mental health care access, reduce veteran suicide rates, and reform the VA to make it more accountable and responsive to the needs of those it serves. It is not just a policy position for him. It is the core of his legislative identity.
Beyond that incredibly important work, he also serves on one of the most powerful committees in the House, the Energy and Commerce Committee. What is his focus there?
That's right, and his work there is also very connected to the needs of his district. The Energy and Commerce Committee has vast jurisdiction, but Bilirakis has focused heavily on his role on the Health Subcommittee. Again, this is about his constituents. His district has a very large population of seniors, so he is deeply involved in policies related to Medicare, prescription drug pricing, and funding for medical research for diseases like Alzheimer's. He has advocated for policies that would speed up the approval process for new drugs and medical devices, and has been a proponent of telehealth services. His work on this committee allows him to address the kitchen table healthcare concerns of the many retirees and families in his district.
So between these two major committee assignments, he covers two of the most critical issues for his district: veterans and seniors. How would you describe his overall political style?
His style is that of a workhorse, not a show horse. You won't often see him on cable news delivering fiery speeches. Instead, he puts his energy into the detailed, often unglamorous, work of legislating within his committees. He has a reputation for being a pragmatic and bipartisan legislator, especially on veterans' issues, where he frequently works with Democrats to build consensus. His focus is almost entirely on constituent services and policy. He holds countless local events, and his office is known for its casework, helping individual constituents navigate the complexities of the VA or Social Security. His political brand is built on reliability and a deep, policy-focused commitment to the specific needs of the people he represents.
It sounds like a very traditional and service-oriented approach to being a representative.
Exactly. In an era of intense political polarization, his career is a reminder of a more traditional model of representation. It's about mastering a few key policy areas that are vital to your district, using your seniority on committees to deliver tangible results, and maintaining a constant focus on the folks back home. For Gus Bilirakis, that means being the go-to person in Congress for veterans, healthcare, and a steady advocate for the seniors who rely on programs like Medicare, continuing a family tradition of service that has now spanned decades.
That's our profile for today. Thank you for listening to the Nation's Leaders from Coast to Coast podcast. You can find show notes for this episode and links to our sources on our website, pointedwords.com. Please note, AI assists in the creation of this podcast from pointedwords.com, and remember, better pointed words than pointed swords.